Take two. Hello, Coffee Chat Squad. It is Monday, November 19, 2018, and welcome to Coffee Chat Facebook Live number 12, the adult series, Embracing Change. And today we're talking about all embracing change. And no, I'm not talking about the change in your wallet, your purse. I'm talking about the changes in life that happen in your senior, in yourself, in your environment, in your work, in your life, and schedule. We're talking about all that and more today with my special guest. But before we get into today's topic, I have a little bit of housekeeping coming your way. We are currently live outside of Pilot Pete's Coffee and Treats in downtown Elmhurst inside the metro station. So if you find yourself in downtown Elmhurst, hit up Pilot Pete's Coffee and Treats because their coffee, their treats, their tea are absolutely divine and out of this world. Upscale service, upscale beverages, and food for you. Definitely a must-see, must-visit place. So, today I did not come alone, you guys. I have my beautiful best friend from the gym of Get Healthy UTV. We have known each other for over 2 years now, and she is my saving grace, one of my dear, dear friends who I love and adore, and one of our contributors for Coffee Chat. So, as you will hear later on, Jennifer will contribute uplifting content. She'll host Facebook Lives with me, and she'll be here to answer questions, answer any comments that you guys have. So, I can't wait to introduce Jennifer with you. She is currently a registered polysomnographic sleep technologist at Rush University Medical Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Coffee Chat, Miss Jennifer Cowan.
Hello, Coffee Chat Squad. That's a lot to live up to, Maggie.
No, she is going to deliver live and in living color. She brings the heat, she brings the intensity. She can match me burpee for burpee, donut for donut, coffee for coffee.
Donut for donut and coffee for coffee, Maggie.
Hell yeah, man. Boom. Don't worry about it. So you guys, hold on to your hats, hold on to your seats, grab your coffee, grab your tea.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pilot Pete's, for the hospitality. Cheers, you guys. Let's get down to business. All right, so Jennifer, on the docket today, we are talking about your journey, your path to change. So, for those of you, let's just clarify, what is a registered polysomnographic technologist?
All right, so that big long term means that basically I'm a sleep disorder technologist. So I work nights, so that was one change that I did. I went from working years during the day to having to work 12-hour night shifts. So that was something I had to adjust to. But what I do is people come in to see if there's something going on in their sleep that's a problem that we can make better. So I do a lot of testing with wires and things like that, and even some treatments. So kind of in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Basically, she's a registered sleep technologist. She helps people figure out what's wrong with their sleep and how to improve it.
Exactly.
So Jennifer, and this is a very lofty title and a very important component in our human nature.
Well, absolutely.
Did you always want to be a sleep tech specialist at Rush Hospital?
No, I didn't even know there was such a thing, to be perfectly honest. When I moved to Chicago, I don't know if you're like me, Maggie, but I was one of these people that I was very much an idealist, you know, how I thought being an adult was supposed to be. I had it all planned out, you know. I had the idea that if you get this degree, if you do this, then you're guaranteed
a role.
You know, exactly. You're guaranteed, hey, adult's going to be great.
Right.
So I made a big change. One to begin with was moving from a small town in a different state to a very large city. Of course, I personally made that change and loved it, still here 22 years later. But I came up here to do graduate school in not a sleep tech field. My college degree was in clinical nutrition, so I came to Chicago to Rush University Medical Center to do an internship so I could be a dietitian, again to help people, but with their nutrition when they're in a disease state, to help them improve their health while they're going through any kind of illness or chronic condition. So I moved up here to do that, but it turned out to be a little too much for me. Of course, I didn't know it at the time, but I thought I was well prepared to be a city girl and do graduate school, but it was all too much in the sense of, graduate school was not even close to college, and I started feeling inadequate and that I wasn't cut out for what I was doing. So I actually dropped out of the program. So there went my career that I'd been studying for and planning for the last 3 years, and I didn't have a plan B because, again, like I said, I had planned it out that I was going to do this and everything was going to be wonderful. So so that was the first introduction to real life, so to reality and not the ideal situation, what I had in my head, what being an adult was going to be.
Adulthood at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. It is raw, it is unfiltered, and it can punch you right in the face, but you have to embrace it, and you have to really take a handle on it, Jennifer.
Yeah.
So, can you talk to the squad a little bit about the challenges you faced during your journey to your current role? And let me just interject one thing. We're at the Metro train station, so if you'll hear this message...
There's going to be a train coming through.
5 minutes. So if you hear that, don't worry, you guys. It's temporary. But we're not going anywhere. We are live. We are here.
We're here.
Eats, pilot, coffee, and treats. And we ain't going nowhere. We are here taking names, kicking butt, and we are here to help make your lives that much more better. So, Jennifer, please share with us about some of the challenges that you faced during your journey.
Sure.
To this role at Rush.
Yeah. Well, one thing I had to fall back on was my support system because I had left it and I didn't really realize how important that is, to have your friends and your family there for you, because I thought, I'm going to be an adult, I'm going to go out on my own. So when my career didn't work out, I fell back on my support system, and of course they were there to help me. And so my brother actually stepped in, and he's like, hey, if you just want a job just to have something to do and pay your bills, I know somebody. So I did. I just kind of started working, get my confidence back, basically, because at that point felt like I couldn't do much of anything. But then you get into like even administrative assistant job, there's all kinds of things you learn from there. Yeah, I got my confidence back, and then from that point I took a different job, because again, you met somebody that knew somebody who needed somebody like myself who knew a lot about health. So then I moved from there into a position where I worked for an allergy and asthma company with their products. And it's interesting when you get into different kinds of jobs, you learn a lot about yourself, things that there's no way you would know, skills that you have, or things, maybe work environments you like, work environments you don't like, until you're in those situations. So what I've realized, that when change happens, you actually learn a lot about yourself, and it all helps you, all those skills that you learn along the way. You may think, oh, what's this going to be good for? You'd be really surprised how valuable everything is that you do on a daily basis, that you bring those skills with you to your next job. Like, I learned that, hey, I really don't like having to do a whole lot of things at once. I'd rather work one-on-one with people. And so after working in a place that was kind of going nowhere, I'd kind of exhausted that's when I started looking into doing the job that I'm doing now. And I found a work environment that I work very well in, but it's been through doing other jobs, doing other things that I realized what I was actually had the skills for, and was played to my strengths.
And so how have the difficulties that you endured during your journey and the responsibilities in your current role, how have they made you a strong and equipped adult?
Well, anytime you have to change, and change happens all the time, so you might as well embrace it and go with it, because it does happen constantly. Even in a job, like in my current job, you're going to have administration changes, you're going to have boss changes, you're going to have possibly your job, as technology advances, your job may become obsolete, or you have to do a completely different role. So I think you constantly have to educate yourself and be prepared. And yeah, I mean, certainly, yeah, you gotta kind of stick on the ball, which is something that I learned from Maggie here, that I've been very comfortable in my own job for a long time, but because things are constantly changing, there are jobs that didn't exist even a few years ago.
Right.
I need to keep a resume, and I need to keep it up to date, because you never know when you might need something like that.
Right.
So I'm learning a lot from Maggie, based on...
And I learn a lot from Jennifer. It's a symbiotic relationship, is what Jennifer is saying, is that, people help people educate each other in your community, in your friend groups. It's all a symbiotic relationship. We all, not one person, you guys, is completely successful or is the perfect cookie cutter adult. We are always learning, we are always evolving, we are always changing. And the thing that we need to remember is that it's all a symbiotic relationship. We take from one person takes from us, and we all grow and we all develop. And that's what Jennifer is saying, is like we learn from each other. Mm-hmm. We don't all have it together. No one person is the best, perfect adult. You got to take all the filters out, reduce, and what are you left with, right?
Right.
And so with that said, Jennifer, what advice do you have for those in the Coffee Chat Squad listening live right now or later on in the replay about the anxiety that they feel about facing change and embracing change?
Right. Well, I think with any kind of change, it can always be stressful, but also change can be good for you in the sense that it does often bring out the best in you. And I think since my journey particularly hasn't been anything extraordinary, but it's mine. And
it is extraordinary because it's yours.
Yeah. And so hopefully...
Everyone is extraordinary. It's true. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I think my experience is probably typical, which is why I hope people can learn something from it. I think a lot of it is that even though something may not work out, there's no reason to lose hope. And I think that's what I've learned in my own career path, is that there's always something next. And so, this whole world that I had in my head about, if I do this, get this degree and do this, that this is how life's going to be, and when it doesn't work out to be that way, it still ends up being okay. Like my world didn't end like I thought it would. I'm still a successful adult, and it just didn't, not with the career that I had planned, but with one that actually probably is better suited to myself, just because I was able to, just keep going. That's the main thing, is you just have to put one foot in front of the other and keep going, and know that your journey is worthwhile, and that even where you are right now is often where you're supposed to be, because you're going to be gaining skills and gaining confidence that you will use later on. So that's what I think, is that, hey, even though you may be sitting at a job or
sitting to apply for jobs,
that you didn't plan for, it's all useful, and it will get you to where you would like to be, again, because you're going to be accruing skills and learning about yourself, I think, is the most important thing, because I don't know about you, but I didn't know what I wanted to do
when I was either.
When I was 18, and I felt a little out of place because a lot of the people around me seemed to know what they wanted to do. I think now it's a bit more acceptable to kind of explore and change jobs, because the way I grew up was, you got one job, you stuck with it for the rest of your life, and that was your job. Right. And so I felt like I needed to know what I was supposed to do with myself, and I never really felt that way. So even in college, I kind of picked a career that I was, a class that I found interesting at the time being. So obviously that really wasn't the one for me. It was the one for me at that time, but not for the long term, and I didn't know that until you actually start doing some of those things and learning about yourself, and then you start kind of tweaking your career and your path from there.
It's all about change, and it's all about just exploring. And if you're in the dark right now, that's okay. That's where you're supposed to be, because that state is temporary. Nothing is permanent. Even your current job may not be permanent.
Right.
So you always have to be malleable, and you have to evolve, and you can't just stay in the same routine over and over again. So
Absolutely.
So thank you, Jennifer. Do any of you live right now have any questions for Jennifer? Shoot them our way. We'll be sipping on our tea and coffee.
Right.
Do you guys have any questions for us? Let us know.
Watching the trains go by.
We're watching the trains go by. Does anybody have any questions for us? If you don't have any questions for Jennifer and myself right now, that's okay. Leave them in the comments below, and we'll answer them by the end of the week. So, thank you, Jennifer, so much for joining me on Coffee Chat. Thank you, my dear friend, for making the trip all the way to Chicago. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jennifer, for coming. And so, Jennifer is going to hop on her train right now. Hi, Donna. Hi, Brendan. My dear Donna. Donna is here from Get Healthy UTV, and if you haven't seen it, Donna, here is Jennifer.
Hi, Donna.
How are you, my workout buddy? Hey. So, Donna, do you have any questions for Jennifer and I? We talked about embracing change, and change is necessary because, we're always exploring, we're always, evolving. Hi, Brendan. Hi, Donna.
And anyone else who has advice or experiences they've had.
Anybody?
And it is not only...
Oh, you're doing well. It's good to see you, Donna. Well, that brings us to the end of our broadcast today. For those who have any questions, you could definitely leave them in the comments section below. We'll answer them later on. And if you have any questions, we'll be here, and Jennifer will be back next week as we talk about adulthood, part 4, the apartment. We'll see you guys next week live at 1 p.m. on the Coffee Chat Facebook page at 1 p.m. as we're talking about living in an apartment. We'll see you all next week. Take care, guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Safe travels to those who are traveling. Enjoy this time. And remember, it's not all about food and stuff in your face. It's about being together, togetherness, being present. So unplug your phones for the day and just be present with your friends and your family and loved ones, okay? Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we love you guys. Take care. Bye. Bye.